Om Shanti. In the previous session, we learned how Shiv and Shankar are different, and there can be a presence of two souls in one body. Okay. All this information, which is provided to you, is to have you realized one thing. Remember, we said God realization. Okay, there are two steps of this study. Okay, of the study of Rajayoga. First one is you become aware of yourself as a soul. So you can realize who you are. Okay, soul realization, which is incomplete without God realization. Okay, to understand who is God and recognize and realize where God is can only help us realize ourselves as a soul. Okay, logic is very simple. You have already learned that in the mind, intellect, and sanskar session. Okay, so I will not go over through it again. If you don't remember it, just go back and hear mind, intellect, sanskars session. Okay. And also there is a session after that where one of the sessions we have also brought that one. Okay. Otherwise, just contact us. Okay. In this session, we are going to talk about God is not omnipresent. Okay. Right now, majority, okay, almost all of the population, okay, who believe in God, thinks that God is everywhere. Okay. What is the definition of omnipresent? Okay. Omnipresent. Present means presence, right? Omni means everywhere. Okay. God's presence in insects, spiders, human beings, religious fathers, human gurus, pretty much everywhere. Okay. In every element. Okay. Karnaka. In reality, that is not true. God is not in everywhere, everyone, in everything. Okay. We are going to present some logical facts to you. Okay. Right now, we have been so much influence of what we have heard, not even knowing whatever we are hearing, that is all man-made information coming from the human intellect, not God. And we have been so much influenced, and because of that, we are not experiencing ourselves as a soul. In fact, we are actually going away from ourselves as a soul because we are holding and we are attached very badly to the wrong beliefs. Okay. Which was included in the scriptures later. Okay. Which God never said when he was here before. Now he's correcting it again. All right. So let's look at some of the facts. Okay. The story actually is presenting the current condition of the world. Okay. So now what is happening? So in here you can see there are 6 blind men, okay, touching different parts of elephant, right? And they are just creating assumption, okay, how elephant is like. So first blind man, okay, had touched his ears, and he thought elephant is like a magic carpet. Okay. The second blind man touches the trunk. He thinks he is like a snake. Okay. The third one touches the tusk, elephant's tusk, and he thinks that he is like a spear. Okay. Fourth one touches legs, right? He thinks he's like a trunk. Other one touches the side of his huge body, and he thinks he's like a wall. Okay, the last one touches the coarse tail, and he thinks he's like a rope. Okay, so everybody, based on what they felt, they have created, okay, in their imagination, the image of the creature. Okay, but in reality, okay, they, all of them, okay, could not able to identify, okay, what is who is this creature. Okay, very, very important. We are going through the same phase. Okay, whatever we thought about God, okay, from the copper age, when we forgot ourselves as a soul and we were experiencing sorrow, we went out and to search for God because we had received happiness, right? And at the time of the sorrow, you remember the one through whom you have received the most happiness. So we searched for him. We could not find it. There is a story of the fox and grapes too. You remember that, right? Fox, right, is so the fox who is lost in jungle, right? He's been wandering since long time. He tries a lot to have grapes on the grapevine, but when he's unable to get them, okay, in order to cheer, okay, himself, he considers the grapes to be sour. Okay, we are doing exactly the same thing. Okay, we tried to find God, but we were unsuccessful. Okay, and then out of despair, we started believing that there is no need to go anywhere. Okay, to find God, He resides in every particle. Okay, where just like in this example, where the grapes sour in reality, no, it was thought of an animal fox. Okay, similarly, God is omnipresent is also a thought of a human being. Okay, with the dominance of an animal-like intellect. Because when we forget ourselves as a soul, we switch into the default mode of Rajo and Tamo. And you already know, when you enact through the characteristics of Rajo and Tamo guna, impurity, okay, you will only bring out impurity, which becomes worse and worse, okay, because you're trapped by five vices, right, with body conscious vision, okay, and then that's what happened, okay, this beliefs came out from body conscious vision, bringing them reality, seeing them as reality, we constantly, okay, started becoming body conscious more and more and more. Okay. So right now we need to think, we need to active our intellect, okay, and analyze it, okay, and observe it with a detached, as a detached observer, okay, what we are hanging on and what is reality. You need to think about it, what you're hearing, you need to churn, okay, and see how we have neglected, okay, the Supreme Soul, by making people accept this very deceptive and false knowledge. Okay, that's why our mind is wandering because we are moving further from the truth. We have become Tamopradhan, so our visions also have become corrupted. Okay, and there is cloud of darkness and ignorance everywhere. All right. Okay, so God Himself comes and tells us, okay, that I am not omnipresent. I don't exist in everyone. I'm not everywhere. Okay, I am imperishable and eternal like you. Okay, but I'm not present in everyone, just like you are not present. Okay, if you know your parent, you can't imagine your parent's soul be in you, right? Your parent will not accept that either, that part of my soul is within you, right? We have never accepted that fact. We don't see that as real, right? It doesn't make sense, right? We believe that, oh, okay, yeah, parents, characteristics, parents, good virtues can come within me. It's a habit or personality it can be derived, but you can't say that part of the soul is of parents is within you, right? Similarly, God is our Father, right? So how can we accept that fact, which is very unnatural, that part of his soul is within us, right? He is God. It doesn't mean that we can imagine him every way we think we want him to be, even though he is not like that, right? The reality is not. That's why you probably might have already seen in the previous recordings that Sato, Rajo, Tamo knowledge and Sato, Rajo, Tamo intellect, right? When we have the Rajo and Tamo intellect and Rajo and Tamo knowledge, we try to perceive things in a body conscious way and take things, even right things in a wrong way and understand wrong things as to be right. Okay, and that's what is happening, right? We just create our own image. We became body conscious, so everything we can just apply. Okay, God can do this, God can do that. Okay, but in reality, it's nothing like that. That's the reason we are not experiencing his power. Okay, so the God is the light of knowledge. His knowledge can be in everyone. His power can be in everyone. His virtues can be in all of us, right? His buddhi, his buddhimano ki buddhi, his knowledge. So we are in, that's why we say, right? Take, oh, a lot of places, whatever you are saying, it is similar. Okay, now we have to focus on differences here. Okay, which is the core part of the a kind of transformation where we need to really believe that God is at one place. Okay, that's where we shake. That think of it as like a thunderstorm. God is here and just there's lightning happening. So this knowledge is serving as a lightning right now. Okay, shaking your intellect so much before you can even listen to God. You know, God, you will experience that thunderstorm first before you can able to study directly from God. Okay, so very, very important to understand. God is also indivisible. Okay, his power of remembrance, his love, virtues, it can be within us, but he himself cannot be within us. There are a lot of Bhagavad Gita references. Again, you can go back to that section of Bhagavad Gita sloks, look at the description box with the PDF. Everything is divided in a topic, and some, if it's not uploaded, it will be uploaded. Just give it some time. You subscribe to the channel, you will be notified. Okay, or you can just contact, and you can also get the references verbally. Okay, if you are so impatient, it can be done. But very, very important to really break this belief. Okay, then we can able to recognize God where he is, believe and directly connect with him, and by knowing him the way he wants us to know him. Okay, so he is indivisible. Just these are the very good examples. Just like a handsome, strong, intelligent person obtains a son like him. Okay, he can certainly say the son has received the brilliance from the father. Even if the same person has many children, right, he would consider the son who takes his responsibility, fulfills his dream, the son who would bring glory to him, right? He will consider him as his form, right? Same thing here, right? That's why Shiva and Shankar are joined together, right? They are separate, but he's like Shankar becomes equal to Shiv eventually. So, you know, he becomes his form, but they both are separate souls, right? Similarly, here to God, just like in the physical world as well, right? This example is very practical, right? So similarly, it applies with God, okay? That we imbibed his virtues, okay? But he cannot be present in us. Okay, just another example, solar battery. Okay, sun is constantly giving the energy, right? And the battery is being charged according to its capacity through that solar energy. Okay, but can we really say the battery itself to be the sun? No, right? It would be, we will be foolish. So, battery cannot say I'm the sun, right? The energy of the sun is fulfilled. It's filled in the battery, but battery and the sun, they both are different. Okay, so there are a lot of references in Bhagavad Gita that supports this fact. Okay, that you will come to know in when you review it. Okay, in here, Another logic, just we are going by logic. We are not really taking, just going by scripture references. Okay, Bhagavad Gita references. We already said we have directed you to the section. Now we are just focusing on understanding in a logical sense. Okay, so there are, again, I know there are a lot of praise. If somebody who have heard this, and souls from Sanatan Dharma, you have heard this, right, many times. You are the mother and the father. We are your children, right? So they're different between creator and creation. Even in other religions, we say, oh, okay, I am, Jesus Christ said, I'm the son of God, right? We are the children of God. So there has to be some difference between creator and creation. If he's present within us, then what is the difference between creator and creation? Okay, how would God can have a biography if he's merged in everyone? Okay, how would we differentiate him, right, from everyone through his elevated actions? How will he be praised, right? How will we worship through the body he comes? Okay, very, very important. We say highest is your name, highest is your task, highest is your abode. Okay, so if he is the highest, how is the highest is your task proved? Highest is your name, right? If he's merged in everyone, then he doesn't have really a name. He won't have an identity. Okay, so we are conflicting our thought process only. So it's very, very important. Our thought process should be aligned with the truth. Okay, and we are calling out for God. Whenever something happens, we see up, right? Call out for God. We go to temple, churches, mosque, right? If God is within us, then we should just go within, right? Right now, we don't want to even spend any time going within. When it comes the spiritual knowledge, if we say, oh, complete the study, it takes months and months to finish even these recordings. Not much interest. Go 1 year for spiritual study, not much interest. But if they were physical things, people are engaged. People don't want to go in. They don't want to spend any time for the spiritual study. They don't have time. I'm so much focused in outside things. Okay, think about it. So are we really valuing? Okay, going inside where God is, we are not even spending any time going with it. Whenever it's convenient for us, we just have some thoughts, but we don't want to really spend any time, right? There is no discipline. We are valuing so much the happiness of the pleasures of the outside world, fulfilling our desire, physical desires. Makes sense? So how can we say God is within us? Okay, there is not much value within us. We don't even know where to focus. We don't even know who we are, right? If God is within us, he is the highest energy. Energy flows from the highest state to the lower state. So won't he give? He is the intellect. Won't he give that much knowledge to us that we are a soul? He won't make us realize that, right? If you are a very peaceful person, you live with someone, right, who is angry, because of your determination and your willpower, you hold your peace, it transforms the other person, right, through your power of vibration, right? That's why a lot of things is happening right now in the name of power of attraction, mind and consciousness and all those things. People are really attracted nowadays, right? That, oh, magic of the mind. A lot of miracles are happening. So God is within us, right? He is not able to do any miracle in our mind and intellect to purify us, to clean the mind and intellect at all, right? He is spiritual, so miracle has to be the spiritual level, right? But nothing. The burden of sins are increasing, okay? We are trapped in the vices. All the actions that God, all the things God claims in the scriptures, nothing is happening. Okay, doesn't matter. We are believing in him. We have faith. Everything we have, we are praying to him, right? But we are not content. We are just filled. Our desires are increasing. Countless desires, thoughts. Mind is just wandering different places. So how can we really prove that God exists in all of us? Okay, even in the scriptures earlier in Veda, it has said, oh God, earlier we didn't used to consider you to be omnipresent. Okay, all these Gita slokas, you can study this document on your own. Okay, a PDF file is in the description box where you will find verses directly mentioned. It's not interpretation, it's just basically the meaning of the Sanskrit word is telling even the human beings, this is not even written by God. Human beings write the scriptures. The human being itself have written that God has said, I'm not present at one point of time. And now we are not ready to believe on the things we even have said. Very important, right? To understand. So in there it says, you know your own form. Okay, Arjun has said, okay, clearly said. In that itself in the conversation, God said, I come only at the end of Kali Yuga. I'm not everywhere. I only come at once. Okay, many slok. When God comes, He says, I tell everyone to renounce all the religions. Okay, all the religions exist in the end of the Kali Yuga only. Very common sense, right? It comes with the ignorance. Ignorance comes with multiple opinions, right? And God is here to finish those only, right? So think about it. All the people who are believing, having different opinions, okay, different branches and sectors, they are the one who are believing that. Now it's just creating division, not oneness. Okay, so very important. So all these references, you can go through it on your own of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, all these benefits that we should have from really connecting with God. Okay, if it would be right that God is omnipresent, then we could have experienced all of this brotherhood. No, it's just right now the world is going downhill, right? We have been having more animosity between each other. We are becoming more stranger. Okay, more superficial, artificial. Okay, contentment, heavenly happiness. Okay, no, we are becoming more and more discontent. Detachment, no, we are being attached. Okay, so people who think they are detached also, they are just living in illusion. They are not really detached. Okay, they are not detachment only comes when you have complete knowledge of God. Okay, if you have not even recognized it, how can you have the detachment? Okay, it's something that they are holding, okay, within them, or even if they do the limited detachment, still there is no guarantee in the next birth they will not have detachment, right? So the detachment here we are talking about having guarantee of multiple births of detachment, not just this birth. Okay, sattvic intellect, no. Okay, burns the sins, no. Burden of sins are increasing, liberating from sorrow, no. This we are becoming more and more sorrowful, becoming more sensitive. Super sensuous joy, forget about it. We are so much engaged into the body conscious pleasure. Okay, so think about it. Okay, highest potential constant peace, no. Okay, so all these things we are not experiencing. Okay, all this again, this references are so clear. Okay, according to the Bhagavad Gita too, again that it's given in the documents. Okay, we don't even know how the law of karma works. We are all just so much trapped into miracles, but not even giving any consideration that how the law of karma is interfered through the miracles. We don't even have much knowledge. What is karma? We don't know. Right now, God is coming and revealing the deepest secret of what is law of karma. Okay, when we study from Him, you will come to know more in depth. Okay, so all these things, the characteristics, the qualities of the God and the tasks that it is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, it's not happening right now. You know, we have adhyatma, we understood wrong way, meditation, we don't have the clarity what exactly is meditation. We are just lost. Okay, so whatever God does, actually that is have mentioned in all the scriptures, it's really there is no proof. Okay, actually we are getting worse and worse. All right, so very important. Okay, this aspect. And right now, even if you say that, oh, you're a child of you are just some people just say some words, right? Saying that child of dog. Okay, you just call out some name and they get so angry. Okay, they get so angry. Like think about it. Like if everybody has God, have God in them. Sorry, I will show you a picture and then I will explain you one thing. and then pretty much we are done. Okay, so after seeing the condition of everyone, the world, okay, what is the condition of the world? Okay, occupation of God is not proved. Okay, none of the religious fathers did not say say that the God exists in them. Okay, and then if God is everywhere, then why we have shown him to be manifest in specific forms and incarnations? Okay, why is there a need of a guru? Okay, if God is within us, then why do we have to seek for guru? Okay, why if guru also say neti neti, if the God is ocean of knowledge, nobody should say the God, whoever has God within them never should say neti neti that I don't know. I don't know. Okay, God knows. They are themselves are the worshipping ideas, all the gurus. God never bows down to anyone. He is the supreme teacher, supreme father. Everyone bows down to him. He is the elevated ruler. Okay. The God is immortal. Okay, in whom the God comes never achieves death. Okay, never attains death. All right, but here people are dying. Gurus are dying. They don't even know, right? How to have that immortal status. Okay, we cannot say we are a family if God is everywhere. Okay, very, very important. If God has said he cannot break the law of nature, right? Then how can we really say that God can do a miracle, right? And if he does miracle in one, he has to do miracle with everyone, and it breaks the law of nature, right? Then there is no point of doing good karmas if everybody is going to get the same thing. Okay. So God says that if there are many fathers, how can you receive the inheritance from many fathers, right? In our home too, the father is one. So God has to be the one, right? Through one body. Okay. So that's why it is very, very important. Okay. So looking at the current state of the world, God is here to reverse the cycle, or by creating the new cycle, reverse the state, okay, of the world from Kali Yuga to Satyuga. Okay, in Bhagavad Gita also there are references that in here God says that I only enter in one, praise of one. He has praised the one. Through one only he gives the knowledge. Okay. And why he said omnipresent, we already mentioned. God's remembrance is omnipresent. Okay, when we say God exists in everyone, in the heart of the soul, in the mind. Okay, in the mind, God exists through his virtues, knowledge, love, right? But not in the real sense that he really exists. Okay, why is it said in the scripture God is omnipresent? Because a lot of misinterpretation has occurred by the human beings. They misinterpreted the word vibhu in Bhagavad Gita. It's supposed to mean special birth. Okay, God is present in all of us in a special way. Okay, through power of remembrance. Okay, but they have understood in a like a physical sense that, oh, really in an actual way that God is present in everyone. Okay, so very, very important to understand, okay, that God is not omnipresent. It's the greatest defamation of God. It's the biggest sin. Okay, one of the biggest sins to say God as omnipresent. Okay, I hope it is clear. If it's still not clear, please let us know. I know actually one more thing too. When somebody dies, in the somebody's in a critical condition, even doctors say that it's not in my hand. You just it's everything is in God's hands. Right? If God is within them, right, then why they are just saying that they're separating God from there, right? And then the animals, why would God enter in animals? God said, I will reveal the truth. What is the purpose it serves, being in the animal? Okay, why are they killing animals? Okay, why people are being so unrighteous, right? Crimes are increasing, rapes. If God is in them, wouldn't God do anything to change them? Right? If you are the father, if your child is doing something like that, wouldn't you stop them? Right? So how can we really say God is present in us if we are becoming tamopradhan? Okay, we are calling out for God. God, give us the glance. One glance of yours will create my fortune. Why? If it's within you, then why are you um, calling out God like that? Okay, so very, very important what we believe and what we are doing, it's not matching. So rather we connect what we are doing with what we are believing. Okay, so our beliefs are not matching with our actions. So according to what's happening in the world, let's just instill the right belief so we can really see God where he is. Okay, and connect with him accurately. Okay, best wishes for the next session. Om Shanti.